So let's break down one of the biggest buzzwords out there, artificial intelligence. Over the next few minutes, we're going to cut right through all the sci-fi stuff and get to what AI really is, how it actually works, and, why it feels like it's suddenly everywhere.
Right. When you hear AI, your mind probably jumps to futuristic robots or maybe some super smart computer from the movies. But what if I told you that you've already used AI dozens of times, probably just this morning, without even thinking about it? Let's take a look.
AI is kind of this invisible engine that powers so much of our digital lives. That movie Netflix just recommended, that's AI. In fact, its recommendations are responsible for over 75% of what people watch. From Gmail magically catching all that junk mail, to Facebook knowing it's your friend in a photo, to Google finishing your sentences when you search, yep, it's all powered by specialized AI working behind the scenes.
Okay, so if it's all around us, what actually is it? The definition can feel a little slippery. To really get a handle on it, we've got to go back, way back to the very beginning, to the exact moment the term was officially created.
This simple but honestly really powerful definition comes from a computer scientist named John McCarthy. He's the one who coined the term artificial intelligence all the way back in 1956, and he did it at this legendary event called the Dartmouth Conference, which wasn't just some meeting, it was literally the birth of AI as a field of study. It set the stage for everything that came next.
So, at its very core, AI is about building machines that can do things that would normally require a person's intelligence. It's not about trying to perfectly copy a human brain, but more about mimicking what a brain can do. Like recognizing a face in a crowd, understanding what you're saying, or making a smart call based on the info it has. Okay, so this is where all the buzzwords like machine learning and deep learning start flying around and can get kind of confusing. But the relationship between them is actually pretty simple. The best way to think about it is like a set of those Russian nesting dolls, where each one fits right inside the other.
So let's start with the biggest, outermost doll. That's artificial intelligence. Think of it as the big overarching dream that started it all back in the 50s. It's the entire universe of trying to make machines intelligent in any way, shape, or form.
Now, fitting right inside that AI universe is the next doll, machine learning. This is by far the most common way we actually do AI today. And the breakthrough here was a total shift in thinking. Instead of writing endless lines of code with specific rules for every single possibility, we just give the computer a ton of data and let it learn the rules and find the patterns for itself. It's a real game changer.
And then we get to the innermost doll, nested inside machine learning. This is deep learning. This is the super-powered engine behind so many of today's coolest AI breakthroughs. It uses these really complex structures called neural networks, which are loosely inspired by how the human brain is wired, and that lets it find incredibly subtle patterns in just massive amounts of data. This is the magic behind things like advanced image recognition and making computers understand human language.
So, to just put it all together real quick, deep learning is a specific technique inside the bigger field of machine learning, which in turn is the main way we try to achieve the huge goal of artificial intelligence. See? It's all connected, just different layers of the same revolutionary idea.
So you might be wondering, if this whole AI idea has been around since the 1950s, why is it suddenly everywhere? Why are we talking about it now? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was more like a perfect storm, where three key pieces of technology finally all came together at the right time.
This AI revolution we're in really boils down to a simple recipe with three crucial ingredients. First, we finally got the horsepower. I'm talking about incredibly powerful computer chips, like the GPUs you'd find in a gaming PC, that can do trillions of calculations. Second, we got the fuel, this unbelievable flood of digital data to train these systems on. And third, we finally developed better instructions, smarter algorithms like deep neural networks that could actually make sense of all that data.
And to give you a sense of what I mean by a data flood, check out this number, 2.5 quintillion. That's how many bytes of data we humans now create every single day. That's a 25 with 17 zeros after it. Every tweet, every Google search, every photo you post, it's all raw material that modern AI can learn from. And the formula is simple. More data means smarter AI.
So we know what AI is and why it's booming right now, but where is all this headed? When researchers and futurists talk about where AI is going, they usually break it down into three distinct stages of development.
This journey is usually seen in three steps. Right now, we are living firmly in the age of narrow AI. These are the specialists. They're amazing at one specific task, like playing chess or recommending a song, but they're completely useless outside of that little box. The next goal, the big dream for many researchers, is general AI, a system that has the flexible, common-sense intelligence of a human. And then, way, way out there, is the theoretical idea of super AI, an intellect that would be smarter than us in, well, basically every way.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. Every single AI that exists in the world today is a form of narrow AI. From Siri to a self-driving car to the most advanced medical tool, they are all just specialists. They might seem really smart in that one thing they do, but they have no real understanding, no consciousness, and absolutely zero ability to think outside their pre-programmed purpose.
So, as you can see, AI is not some distant sci-fi fantasy. It's a real, powerful tool that is already here, working away in the background, reshaping our world. You can think of it as an amplifier for what humans can do. The big question is no longer if we can build these intelligent machines, it's how we'll choose to build our world with them. The future of intelligence, it turns out, is still very much in our hands.